Ask me, baby.
One of the first things one of the first questions like I thought of and shit was guy code versus personal beliefs.
Ooh, this is such a good topic.
I think I thought of this conversation.
So
hold on, Eli, cut out. What did you like to say?
Yeah, you have to explain that to me because I don't understand.
Because I think I was with you guys, like not y'all specifically, but like our group of people and shit. When I thought of this question, it's like all right. So like Jed, you fucking hate cheating, right? You can't say that shit or whatever the fuck. But like I think the reason why like this question came about was like fucking like say you got a girl, right? But you chilling with another girl and you chilling with one of your bros. And it's like it's not your bro's place to say some shit. That's not his business. At the end of the day,
but ethically you should.
And that's guy code. No, ethically, yeah, but that's fucking guy code. It's like put your personal beliefs aside. That's none of your fucking business. Leave that alone. Why you gonna fuck with somebody else's shit type shit? You know.
So are you?
Well, hold
up. There's a question. Hold on, wait. We gotta ask the question. We gotta. Hold on. Before you guys.
No, because like this is how I thought of the conversation. It's like honestly, like fucking like if you want to say it's like, oh, you gotta put your. It's like on certain things, it's like you have a bias on, you got a personal belief on or whatever the fuck. It's like you'll put that before your guy code or this, that, the other or whatever. Then in turn, anyone should be able to put that above something else. It's like something that simple is like say someone's personal belief is like oh, I don't believe in lying and shit, right? And it's like, all right, say you want to do something that simple is like you lied to your girl about your body count and shit, right? But your man's he done told your girl like what your actual body count was. You done told it was 4, but your shit's actually like 26.
What a big jump.
No, I know, but like
I know. That's just how some people feel. Like let's ask this question. Hold on, let's hold on.
Before you continue, because you're throwing a lot of shit on the table. Do you stand by the whole like if like you see your boy's girl cheating?
This was a conversation at the time. I'll tell you what I thought at the time. At the time, like because you know my shit kind of changes like day to day, like depending on like what's going on in my life and all this other shit, right? But like at the time, so like I'm gonna go with that like as my current shit because I kind of want to have that conversation at the time I thought of it and shit. At the time I was like, hey, that's your shit. I'm not gonna fuck with your shit because how would I feel? How would I feel like whether if it was the same thing or whether it was something else, right? That like I was doing some shit that was like if I was in a similar scenario or whatever the fuck, or it's like if I told somebody something and you just like you basically just snitched me out on something else, it's like yo, what the fuck?
So okay, so like, basically,
what?
Hold on. Let me see if I can
okay, like. You ever hear that saying? It's like do unto others as you want them to do unto you. So it's like if I didn't want you to tell my shit, I'm not gonna tell your shit. You know.
Hold up. But here's the problem with that. Here's the problem with that thinking. I'm against that to begin with, and I don't know if you joke around, but like I don't know if you're against fucking cheating. So doing
he's not
that,
talking about
like,
cheating.
No, because like okay, no, like well, yeah, no, the whole thing.
You're totally all for it. You're totally all for it. It's like, hey, I'm gonna let your girl know.
What do you tell?
Yeah, like I would like if Brandon had a girl, right, and like I was at a party, and like I saw like his girl fucking kissing another dude, I'm gonna tell Brandon, right?
But you want to tell the girl.
No, as per guy code, that makes sense.
Yes, and then also, like I wouldn't do that either.
Hold on. Okay, so hold on. Here's the thing. Hold on. Let me help.
So wait. Let's use Brandon as an example, right?
Of course.
Say his girl was cheating, right? And you caught her. You tell him that's guy code. Brandon's cheating, and you tell his girl. That goes on their personal belief.
Do you understand what guy code is?
I think we all do.
It's amongst the bros. That's the whole point of it.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, fucking,
hold on. Let me see if I can. What the fuck?
Because I don't. Okay, here's the thing about the girl.
You letting him know about some shit that like happened with his girl. That makes perfect sense. That's guy code. But like, if you gonna snitch him out, that's totally against the shit.
Here's the thing about his girl. I'm not close to this girl like that. Like, why would I even do that?
So why would you tell it? So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like fucking, would you put guy code above your personal belief, or are you gonna snitch him out?
When it comes to my bros, yeah. The fuck?
Wait, when it comes to your bros, you're not gonna say nothing, or you are gonna say something?
Like I said, if Brandon's girl's cheating, I'm gonna tell Brandon. That's just how it works.
Uh-huh.
I don't want Brandon to get fucking fucked over and heartbroken because he's my friend. I've known him for years.
That makes sense. All right. No. But the question is for guy. But the main question is guy code versus personal beliefs. So vice versa.
So okay. So let me inject myself.
So vice versa was like what I
Brandon's doing some shit.
Let me inject my let me try to clear it up. So basically, what
all right.
What Eli's asking is that in guy code we have like a set of beliefs that like rules kind of, right? So for example, you would tell me if my girlfriend was cheating, but you wouldn't tell my girlfriend if I was cheating on her. But if you really think about it morally, you should tell my girlfriend that I'm cheating on her because that's not right. But you wouldn't do it because of guy code. So you're kind of like...
hold up. No, hold up.
Do you understand what I'm saying now?
Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah. So here's the thing with that. And this is like a case-by-case type shit, okay? This all depends on like...
Wait.
Because this whole thing like brings in like, oh, what if your friends, like, what if you became, like, after so many years, you became friends with, like, your friend's girl, right? Like, you're just close like that. Like, you're cool like that. Almost like a sister type shit.
Let's make the hypothetical like this. Let's make that. Oh no, I got it.
Let's simplify it like this, right? We're only keeping the conversation of close friends, and the most we'll go to is like that scenario is like where like if your girl became like if your friend's girl became like a close friend to you yourself or whatever the fuck, right? And y'all know each other for years. So basically, like we'll break it down into two different ways. We ain't gonna be we're not gonna do that general guy code to like fucking.
Let me get this.
Chill, bro is cool.
Let me come in. Let me clear it up.
Let me finish because I wasn't finished saying what I was gonna say. Let me just finish that. Like, so basically, like I would approach Brandon first and be like, bro, like, what the fuck are you doing? And like all this and that, like whatever, like, and then if he just decides to be a dickhead, and let's say like I'm really close with his girl like that. Like if he's just like a total dickhead, I would probably go forth and say something.
But you wouldn't say something.
The line. That's the line that I'll break.
But you wouldn't say something if you weren't friends with a girl.
But either way, you still got more time. You got more years and shit with Brandon though. Even though you became close with the girl too, you still know him longer than it's like the other. Your bond with him is way stronger. So what is the difference? What is the difference there? Between bonding with her between bonding her that closely versus not bonding.
Hold on, let me see if I can
like honestly, like, and I'm just gonna say that's probably the only time I would break eye code. Like there and it's not really it's still a moral thing.
But why though?
No, because this is the thing. I feel like this kind of can go, and I'm gonna make this connection because I'm just gonna make it.
Wait,
all quick, you niggas are cool and all.
Is it because is it because the numbers tallied up? It's like okay, fucking it adds up that way.
Hold on, let me finish the point. Let me finish the point.
Oh, let me finish this point. All y'all are cool and all right? And I'm loyal to y'all, right? But if y'all decide to do some really, really morally fucked up shit, right? I can't think of an example because there's some really fucked up shit in the world. Like
I think we can come up with. I mean, we've already as a group without saying anything, but as a group we've already done this. I think we already disavowed ourselves from like a friend.
That's the worst of the worst. That's why.
Well, that's yeah, but still, that we've already.
That's like, I mean, that's a good example still too.
Yeah.
Though. Morally,
it is, but that was the fucking extreme that no one thought was gonna happen. But that's understandable without a doubt. Like there's some other shit that's not as bad. You know?
So like for example, like all right, so like in that case that was something else. But let's stick on that line. I know we're all against rape here, but like let's say for example, not saying any of y'all niggas are rape someone, but like if someone in our group, like rapes or murders someone, morally you know that's wrong, and morally you wouldn't want to fuck with that nigga, right? That's just like how it is. That's just like you basically, as fucked up as it sounds, like yeah, you may have been friends with them so many years, but you can't control like who the fuck they turned out to be and why they did what they did. And at the end of the day, like since you know that's wrong, you're not gonna fuck with them anymore. Like you're gonna have to make moral like decisions on your moral compass. Basically, that's where you break those like things.
Straight up Old Testament to save your memory and your soul. I gotta murder you.
What? Shut up.
Wait, what?
Shut up! Don't say it again. Don't say it again, please. Just be quiet.
Okay.
Don't listen to him. Like ignore what he just said. All right. So okay. So what do you? All right.
Nah,
Let
what
me.
you saying though?
So do you think that there's some times where you can justify your own moral, like grounding out your own moral beliefs for a friend?
Without going to an
So
extreme.
yeah, without going to the extreme. So for let's say on the cheating path, right? So for example, let's say you don't know my girl at all, right? Morally, do you believe that if you found out that someone's cheating on someone, that you have like not a responsibility, but like deep down you think you should tell that person that they're being cheated on?
So are you basically saying like if your girl's a piece of shit and I caught you cheating with on
No, 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 no,
her,
no, 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 no,
right?
no. That you just know this. You know me and her are
And you
dating.
just say like fucking.
Do you think?
On some regular shit?
Let's say not even us. Let's say like one of your friends, right? Someone from like university, right? You know him. You know that he has a girl, and you find out that this girl's cheating. Do you think that you have like or you find out that he's cheating on his girl, and you kind of know his girl, not enough, but you kind of know him better. Do you think morally you have like some kind of obligation to tell that person that they're being cheated on because you know?
That's none of my business.
I feel like no. Okay, because all right. So here's the thing. Like y'all are my inner circle, so I like anybody else to me is just like whatever.
Okay, so we'll
Like
say on
I
the
don't,
path of
I
us,
don't
right?
really care.
Okay, so do you think you have a moral obligation to tell
Honestly,
my girlfriend if I'm cheating on her?
Honestly,
Well,
my answer is pretty much the same either way.
Well,
The
what I
only
said
time my
earlier
answer
though,
would
like
change. The only time my answer would change for that shit was like if I know both dude and I know girl like about the same and shit, and it's like I feel like dude's a piece of shit. If I know them equally, but I feel like dude's a piece of shit, I'll tell the chick.
So let's stay on one point. Let's stay on one point. So we all agree, everybody here, for the most part.
Other than that, it's none of my business.
So for the most part, all of us kind of agreed that you don't have a moral obligation to tell someone that they're being cheated on, right? That's kind of where we
That's
stand.
none of my business.
Okay, hold up. So I'm
That's
confused.
shit.
Are you kind of are you?
That's how they like girls.
Because he brought it back to the inner circle. So like when you what are you? Because what I said earlier is what I said earlier. Like how I said like I would cross the line. Then that's probably the only time I'd break guy code.
Uh-huh.
Like are you talking about that?
I'm just talking in
I
general.
already answered your question. Then
I'm just talking in general.
Question, where's Robert at?
I'm here. I'm just listening.
Come on, man.
See, this is the thing I'm thinking. Robert never like makes a point. That Robert doesn't join in our thing.
He listens.
He listens. I don't know what he means.
I'm just listening to what you guys are saying, and I'm just.
Let me hear your stuff, Robert. Let me hear what you think.
Because me personally, like without no extreme circumstances, whatever this, that, the other, it's none of my business.
all right, Robert. So like I don't really know your personal life. Like I'm not gonna make fun of you, but like I don't know like if you have friends or anything like that in like your personal life, like
rude.
people you know in person. It's not really rude. It's just like I never hear Robert like say like yo I'm gonna go hang out with the boys or hey I'm gonna like hang out with my friends or some shit. Like Robert's not really open. He's not open like I think we are. Like he
no,
really,
I don't
like say much.
Yeah, I'm kind of a secluded person, if you will.
Got it. So like all right. So like hypothetical Robert. Like do you have a best friend right now? Do you have anybody you consider your best friend? Robert?
No, probably not.
Yeah, me.
Okay. So hypothetical, if you had like a close friend, right, and like the same situation, like you caught like him cheating. I mean, no, caught the girl cheating. Let's do that one first. Caught the girl cheating on him. Would you go and tell your best friend that like, hey, look, I saw your girlfriend at a bar the other day. She was like making out with this guy. Blah blah blah. Like, would you tell your best friend? Your best friend that you've known for let's say 10 years.
I would tell him that he should talk to her, and that I saw her with somebody, but I wouldn't insinuate that she was hooking up with somebody besides him.
Got you.
Because I'm not gonna butt in on her and say, hey, exactly, yeah. It could be her cousin that she hasn't seen for 4 or 5 years.
In Alabama that she's making out with her cousin.
No. Because
I'm not making a joke. I'm just making a joke. I know what he's trying to say.
How he's saying is like from like you ever see that image where like someone's putting up the number 3, but then to someone else it looks like they're pulling up the middle finger.
Yep.
No.
If you're not,
it's all on perception.
Yeah, like fucking. So one, it could look like one thing to one person, but like something else to somebody else. But the image is like someone puts their index finger down to their thumb, right? So they're putting up the number 3. But if you look at it from the side, it looks like they're giving the middle finger. So through the perception, it's like, all right. So like through one view, it could look like someone's like kissing and shit. But like through another view, it could look like they're just giving a simple hug. Like why is your mind like on that shit? You know?
Okay, hold up. I'm talking about if you 100% saw that they're kissing, like tongue to tongue type shit, right?
Yeah, that's great.
Like
Okay.
there's no like I'm across the bar. I think they were kissing. I don't know. That's a whole different story. I'm talking about like you literally saw like making out, full on making out. That's what I'm saying. And that's what I was telling you, Robert. Would you still stand by the same thing, basically?
I tell her that I tell him that I saw something going on with his girl, or who I thought was his girl. If I knew it was definitely his girl, I would definitely say, "Hey,
No. You definitely know it's his girl. You definitely know it's his girl. That's the whole thing. Go ahead.
Okay, now I would tell him, "Hey, you need to talk to your girl. I think I saw her making out with somebody, or I think she was making out with somebody."
Okay, yeah. That's
See
fair.
what's up.
That's fair. Now,
but I'd be like, confidentially, you didn't hear it from me, because I don't want to get in on that. That's not my business to get in on.
It's like, yo, if y'all get into an argument about this shit, don't bring my name up.
Keep my name out your mouth. You didn't hear this from me.
A little birdie told me.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So cool. All right. Cool. So now this is where we turn it around and say, like, with the whole like guy code thing, right? Like, let's say your friend and his girl been dating for 7 years, and like in those 7 years you got close with his girlfriend too, and like you're almost like you consider her a sister basically. And you find out that your friend that you've known for longer too, like I said, you've known your one friend for 10 years, fucking is cheating on her. Like, what would you do in that situation?
My like best friend dude is cheating on
your best friend is cheating on his girlfriend, who is like a sister to you after 7 years of a friendship.
I'd have a problem with that.
And who would you go tell? The girl or your friend? Like,
I'd go to him and say, "What the fuck are you doing, dude?" Yeah, I'd confront him privately.
Yeah.
Now make that shit public at the
park. And then if I needed to, I would tell her too.
Which is like, that's where I said, like, I'd basically do the same thing. Like, I'd confront my friend and be like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, is there a reason for you to be doing this? Like, why did you break up with her?
Yeah,
shit was going down, stuff like that." Right?
Yep.
No, I'm not justifying it.
No, I made a joke. I just made a joke.
That's why I put it in there.
I just made a joke.
Right? Because I knew you were gonna say it. I knew you were gonna say the joke. That's why I said that. But anyways, like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I would confront him and then probably tell her. But yeah, so me and Robert are basically on the same like page. That's how we would do things.
All right, Eli, it's up to you and me. Let's change it up. All right, what do you think?
I gave my answer like way earlier. Yeah, right before Robert. Jed went first, then me, then Robert. You didn't go.
Wait. You. It was basically like.
I was like, all right. If it's my boy, it's none of my business. If it's some dude that I'm cool with or whatever the fuck, it's none of my business. If I know dude and I know girl like about the same, but like I think dude's kind of like a fucking dickhead, I'm telling the chick. If it's my boy and his girl's like a sister to me, I'm a little conflicted. It would probably have to depend on the specifics of like our relationship.
So it would really be like a case by case if it was that situation.
Yeah, but like generally speaking, it's none of my business.
All right, time for me to go full liberal here. All right.
What does this have to do with politics?
Hold on. No, I'm just making the joke. I'm just making the liberal like the whole like I'm just making the stereotypical liberal thing. Okay. Anyway, my whole thing is that I feel I would probably have I wouldn't have trouble sleeping, but I would feel really uncomfortable. Actually, let me start the early thing. If my friend's girl was cheating on him, I'd tell my friend.
What I do now. Okay.
But if my friend is cheating on his girl, I would probably tell the girl no matter what. I mean, I would tell. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would do it. And honestly, all right, okay, because I
kind of thought you would agree with me. It's like it's none of your business.
No, it probably isn't, but I probably feel like really. So this is how I kind of rationalize it. If one of you guys were to tell like my ex that I cheated on her, I probably couldn't like be mad at you guys because I probably like think like, okay, you had like a right to know.
Because it's one of those things like you would have done the same shit yourself, and you know it was wrong, but even the only difference is that you did it.
Someone had, yeah, she has like the right to know that's their ring cheated on.
So it's like one of those things like when one person does a wrong and you do another wrong and shit, it's like you have no room to be upset at. It's like shit, it is what it is. You found out.
Yeah, how can you argue? Yeah, I think it's really hard to argue in the guy's position and be like, yo, why the fuck did you cheat on my girl? I mean, why the fuck did you tell my girl I'm cheating on her? Because you could just be like, why the fuck are you cheating on your girl? And
Interesting. So I know who I can't cheat around.
Yep, don't cheat around me, guys. I'll tell your girlfriend.
JK.
But hey, just because I say that, if I ever cheat again and you guys find out and you guys tell my girl, I would not be upset.
But you know what's funny though? Like because of Jed's personal beliefs and your personal beliefs and shit, it's like it's funny that you guys had the option.
All right, hold on.
No, wait. Like you see how that's funny though? Because like how much you hate that shit. It's interesting to know that you still follow guy code. You just be like, yo.
I think it's just because I have the experience behind it.
Yeah, that can change you. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I think we kind of talked about this before. When we were talking about like cheating. I forget what the fuck. I forget if we went deep into it because I've seen this situation so many fucking times, and I don't even know. Like, okay, so basically, like, what happens when you literally black out and you didn't know what the fuck you did? Is like, and you made out with a girl while you had a girlfriend.
Oh, that one. That one, I think you're justified. I think you're justified in that situation.
That's a toughie. Honestly, like I feel like that's a difficult one.
No, I think
because so you're cool, like okay, so you'll be cool like if you do it, or like let's say you see your friend like he blacked out and he made out with like another girl while he had a girlfriend, right? Like are you okay with that? But you understand that like he literally like he wakes up the next day and he's like, what the fuck happened? Like I lost track of like time.
Because
and,
not to
tell them like, oh, like dude, like you made out with like a girl, and then he like his response is like, oh fuck, like I didn't mean to do that.
Not to get like all religious and shit on you and shit, but like you ever heard of, like you ever heard of that thing is like fucking. I think what it says like even your thoughts are like sinful, which like that's something I completely don't agree with. Like I feel like that's bullshit. It should be like your actions. Your actions should be the problem, not what you think. Because everybody thinks some wild shit. Like you know. Yeah, it's like you can think about something and not do it.
Where does this connect to what we were just talking about?
It probably doesn't.
No, because my connection to it is like fucking everybody thinks some type of shit, right? And it's like so if you black out, you're not conscious of your shit. So your mind might be acting upon something that you were thinking of, but like if you weren't blacked out.
No. Okay, so hold on. Here's where I draw the line.
Wait, real quick. Say you got a girl and shit, right? But like fucking, you see a fine ass bitch. Or you see the fine ass girl like cross by is like, oh damn, she's hot, like I'm totally hit and shit. But you're not going to type shit.
That's true.
Say the same concept happens, but you're blacked out, and then you do go through with it. That's two different things.
I don't know, bro.
All right, so let me do the hot take right here. Let me do the fucking hot take. I think if you this is gonna be really bad. If you think that like that like someone blacking out and like having sex with someone is like cheating, then like I think like how do you? Because like you don't know the situation, right? Like how do you not know that they were like raped or something?
Okay,
right?
No. Hold on.
When he started talking, I knew it was gonna go there.
You didn't even let me finish, and that's not even that hot of a take. Because I was gonna say, I think that's where like. That's okay. Like that, okay. Now here's what I was gonna ask. If you found out that your girl had sex with another guy at a party, and she she wasn't in her right mind, And okay, like it was consensual by the way, but she wasn't in her
Okay,
right
thank
mind.
God you. Thank God you.
Let me clarify
I
that.
think we're all keeping it within good terms. We're all keeping it in good terms,
good
but like
terms.
fucking,
Like it was consensual.
can you be upset?
Can you be upset at your girl? Like if that happened?
I don't know. I don't think you can. Well, she was pitch black drunk, right? Or wait, is that what we're asking?
Yeah, no. She like she basically.
Then you can't be consensual. Then that's not how consent
Yeah,
works.
that's not consensual then.
Okay, then like what the fuck is that? Like fucking rape on each other? Like the fuck?
I mean, I'm pretty sure the girl could probably argue that it was. I mean, if they're both drunk, right?
Okay, if the girl wanted to be an asshole, she could say like, oh, this guy raped me.
No, okay.
I think what
hold on. Let me fix this. Please.
It's a mutual situation. Like for both of them, they were both
it's
like,
So if they're both drunk,
I wasn't taking advantage of her.
Then like because then I don't know if they like.
Okay, no, hold on. The situation is literally like they wake up and they're like, holy shit, like we fucked. Like I didn't know we fucked. Like both of them are like we fucked.
They both have to like say the same shit, the same reaction, all this other shit. They don't know what happened.
Like they're like freaking out because they're like, oh my god, like they use protection, all this shit. Like they didn't know what was going on.
Because
it's not like one person be like, yeah, that was dope, right? It's like, what?
Yeah, because technically both of them didn't consent at all.
So like, they raped each other.
I mean, it wouldn't be like rape, right? But like generally consent works where like both persons can say yes or no. Right? If
that's what I mean. Like fucking, because you don't hear a scenario is like, oh, these people they raped each other type shit. Like usually it's like, oh, okay, so and so was raped. This, that, the other. So it's like in a scenario was like where you don't consider it that at all. Whatever the fuck, and your girl touched you.
Let's run through this. Blacking out, you're still like kind of like how Eli said earlier. It's like, oh, no. Listen.
Oh my god.
Because there's blackout of like you literally like you're on the bed, you literally don't know what the fuck's going on. You have like in and out kind of like fragments of like memory, but nothing much, right? And then there's
sometimes you don't remember shit.
No, because like Eli is blacked out. Like I'm gonna use Eli as an example. Like he's still doing shit when he's blacked out. Yeah, like he's still doing stuff. So what I'm trying to say is that, like kind of like what Eli was saying earlier.
Before, which was wild as fuck.
So what Eli was saying like earlier is like when you're still like kind of like what he said earlier, like when you're at a party, right? And like you see like a chick walk by and like, oh, she's pretty attractive, but like you're loyal as fuck, so you're not gonna like go fuck her or do anything, right? But then you get really drunk to the point where like you literally don't know what the fuck you're doing, and it's like the point right before you black out. And I feel like that point is still consensual because like in those to someone else, I mean, no one's in the fucking room, but like if y'all both agreed on that and like don't remember that's still consensual.
So here we go. Let's
get what I'm saying?
Okay, because I think some of you guys might have a misunderstanding of what consent is, right? You could literally be having sex with the person, right? And if they say, "Hey, I don't want to have sex anymore," that's it, right? Like that's
I know that.
Okay,
we
all
know that.
We all know that, right? So basically, if you were to go into a situation, when you're pitch drunk, you don't know that if in that situation where you're having sex, if you changed your mind, like you wouldn't know if like you would have been able to change your mind if you were sober.
Yeah, no, I got you there too. Like that's the thing though. So all right, so
like
let's
I
go
think
back
we're talking in the gray area where like you don't really know, like there's no clear answer. Yeah. But you're both. I think you say like because you take the scenarios like both people were so fucked up out of their mind. It's like they had the same reaction, so it's not like they feel the need. It's like, all right, we both made this mistake.
The problem with that shit,
this heinous shit just happened to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So all right, so like in that situation though, like let's head back to the main subject. Like, would you be mad at your girl?
It's not a good thing at all.
I don't think so.
I blacked out like more than 5 times, less than 10 and shit. But like, there's been sometimes it's like fucking. There's a complete like I don't remember the last 4 hours, or it's like I kind of remember this, and then it goes blank, and then I remember this, then it goes blank, then I remember this.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know if in those blanks you were like, all right, I want like, cause we all let's face it, right? I think if like the girl been in a relationship and like seeing another girl and we're like, man, I would fuck the shit out of her, right? I think it's like a normal thing that people do, girls and guys, right? But you don't act on it, right? Because that's just not who you are. But maybe like you're at a party, you see a girl, and you're like, oh shit, she's really fucking hot. And maybe you both get drunk, but you don't know like if you were sober, you wouldn't do that at all. You would have like stopped it. You just don't have the ability to when you're drunk.
Well, hold up. When you're like drunk, I don't think
Pitch
I don't think
pitch
like
black
I don't
drunk.
think. Okay, yeah, pitch black. Yeah, okay. So yeah, so yeah, so like all right. So Brandon says no. Ela, what do you think? Like, do you think
I
that
think
like if your
I think it's
girl, if
really
you found
hard
out your
to.
girl like fucked another guy while she was like she didn't know she was doing like they woke up the next morning or like what the fuck?
I think it's really
Like what
hard
would
to
you
get mad at
like?
her.
How would you feel
I'm
about
I'm
that?
gonna I'm gonna break it down to two different ways, right? I'm gonna break it down in the I'm gonna give you like my personal feeling on this. Like I'm gonna be tight as fuck. I don't give a fuck what happened. Like what the fuck? You were grown as fuck. You could be responsible for shit. But then I'm gonna break it down for you, like just for being under influence. Up until a certain point, like up until a certain point, it's like okay, you can use the influence, the quote unquote being under influence as an excuse. But then after a certain point where it becomes completely out of your control, that's different. But up until it reaches that point, everything else was an excuse. And usually, unless you like fucking reckless as fuck, you're usually in control to stopping yourself from getting to that point. And y'all know me, like fucking like I can be reckless. Is like that's how I've gotten to those points. That's just me being completely fucking reckless. But other times, like I've stopped. Like there's been plenty of times I stopped myself from.
So wait, hold on. Let me see if I can. All right. So would you be okay? So let's say your girlfriend gets pitch black drunk, right? And you know that she's like a person that gets like pretty drunk, right? Like she goes to a party and she gets drunk, you get drunk, all that kind of stuff.
And I know
right?
she's reckless as fuck.
Well, no, okay, because you're trying to. Are you trying to equate that because she gets reckless as fuck, is that she's gonna end up cheating, or like you're confusing me here.
No, I'm saying, without that reckless, like, I'm saying, like, hey, let's just take alcohol. Like, we'll talk specifically on alcohol. Like, you can do a whole bunch of other shit, or like people, or like you could take that quote unquote liquid courage or whatever the fuck is like it does. Alcohol does different things for different people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But everybody knows like the different types of things it can do. And you do say you a shy motherfucker, right? But then when you start drinking, you're more social, do this, that, the other, whatever. You all of a sudden you're the life of the party. Yeah. You were using the alcohol as an excuse. The reckless factor would be like when you go to a certain point where you can no longer control yourself, where you're damn near blacking out, or it's like even before the blackout phase, like there's like I feel like there's a small like window where it's like you're not blacked out, but you're still super fucked up. That I couldn't really hold you 100% accountable for your shit. But until you reach that bar or the blackout bar, I could it's like absolutely that's within your control. You could simply call the Uber. You didn't have to drive that car, or this, that, the other.
Okay, no, okay. So now, okay, all right. No, actually,
cars.
Now I understand you. Okay, so that I think me and Neil are on the same page here. Like I was gonna say that too, kind of in a simpler way.
So wait,
real quick. At the same time, with like the whole recklessness part is like, you could have stopped yourself from getting to that point.
So are you still saying it's her fault?
Like
because she had the choice. Okay. She had the choice to make to get that drunk. Yeah.
I'm like me, like I already said my answer before. It's like fucking me personally, like I'm gonna get pissed as fuck. But also like when I felt like the question kind of changed a little bit, it's like, oh, what if you know your girl's reckless and shit, and like all this, that, the other. If I know she's like that, she's not going by herself.
I feel
no, like that. Okay, so here's the thing, because I kind of get you, because like okay, so it's kind of like a case by case thing. Like if you know your girl's reckless, and also two, if she knows her own body, like if she knows that if she gets to a certain point, she might lose control and do some shit that she didn't mean to do, then yeah, I kind of get you. Like that's still her fault in a way. Like she shouldn't have gotten to that point if she knew she was going to get to that point when she's in a relationship.
I feel you guys. I feel you.
Like fucking, like me fucking, like I'll even talk about like one of my personal like blackout experiences and shit. Like out of the times I blacked out, most of the time, the first few, I stayed inside my house. I stayed inside my room. This, that, the other. I didn't go nowhere. It wasn't until like the mid, like let's say it was like 7 or 8, right? So at like 4 or 5, that's when I found out that I actually left my room. I left my house to go get something to eat. And the other times, like I knew I didn't leave my shit. it's like I would always like fucking me drunk as fuck. Like I always made food for myself and shit, and like I always had plenty of food where I didn't have a reason to leave. But for some reason, this one time, like apparently I like found out that I did go outside. I did go to this place and eat, and I spent X amount of time here. Thank God it was close enough. Like I didn't have to drive. Like it was like I apparently I straight up walked there.
All right, I feel you. I know what you're saying now. Now that you're putting that perspective with driving.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, yeah, I agree with that there. I think that's like where you draw the line.
You know what I mean? So it's like fucking like at the end of the day, like with this conversation and shit, I'm gonna be tight as fuck. But if I know but I think then it comes down into like fucking, do you forgive her though? Like is that something like you break up with her for?
Do you think you could forgive a girl if she cheated on you? In general?
In general?
Yeah. No.
Alright, Jet says no.
Damn, Eli, you're taking a long time. I thought you would say no right away too. The fuck?
What? I actually burped. But yeah. Like I probably could forgive her, but we can't be together.
Yeah, that's probably it. That's why I don't get mad about like my whole situation. Well, so like my ex, right? She said that she'd forgive me.
I understand and shit, but we can't be a thing no more. That's it.
Yeah. I think girls are more likely to forgive.
I think it also depends on the levels of shit, right? Because if we just boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, like fuck that, like I forgive you or whatever, but we're no longer a thing. If we married, we got kids, the whole 9 yards and shit, I'm gonna be tight as fuck. If I ever see dude, I don't know what's gonna happen. I might be filing for divorce, or like if like for me personally, like fucking like, cause y'all already know my views on like certain relationships and shit. It's like fucking. So it's like if I even got to that point, you had to like really mean something, like without a doubt, because like I already fucking. You already know like some of my views on marriage and shit.
That's true.
And who knows? I might even adopt that new age shit of like fucking like, all right, if anything, we ain't never gonna get a divorce. But like fucking, it's like, all right, we'll have these times like you do your shit, I'm gonna do my shit, whatever. If we decide that we want to be just us two again, then all right, I might do that. But other than that shit, I'm like, nah. I don't know what's gonna happen if I ever see dude, this, that, the other.
Got you.
And it's like fucking, I might not be able to speak to you for like a long ass time or whatever. Yeah. But it sort of also depends on like, I guess the depth of the relationship and like the circumstances. Because if it's simple boyfriend and girlfriend shit, it's like, well, fuck it. All right, nice knowing you, deuces.
Got you.
Oh yeah, if I was married and my wife cheated on me, I'm fighting the guy.
Would you?
You have to.
Would you divorce?
Yeah, I'd probably divorce. Oh yeah, I would definitely divorce.
Kids or no kids?
With kids, I don't give a fuck.
Jay?
Yeah, I'd fucking divorce.
Kids or no kids?
Kids. I would still divorce. Like, I don't give a fuck either.
How about you, Robert?
I'm sorry, I was playing a game and I couldn't hear the question because it was too loud. So you tell me. All I know is about divorcing somebody.
You think I should divorce Eli?
It's basically if your wife cheated on you and you had kids with her and everything, would you divorce even though you had kids?
I'd legally separate. So yes, I would probably divorce her, And if I had the kids, I would probably inform them as to why we were splitting up.
I'm like, listen,
But
Brandon.
yeah, probably would still do it.
I
because
can't.
the trust is broken at that point.
Listen, Brandon.
If
Jr.,
she didn't want the kids, then I would take custody of them, and she would pay me child support.
Your mom's a hoe, Brandon Jr.
Oh, okay, wait. No.
No, I wouldn't
funny
do that because that's not cool.
It's funny. It's funny. Wait. It's funny that you bring that up. It's like, be honest with yourself. Would you be a petty individual and start talking shit about that person?
No.
Listen, I'm a petty. I talk shit about my ex, and I'm the one that cheated.
No.
I'm pseudo going through this right now, sort of, with my my aunt's husband and one of his previous lovers, and it's a shit show. And the girl is a pawn, and she's fucking like her mind's all fucked up. So that bullshit isn't cool with me at all.
Yeah. I wouldn't tell my kids like, oh, like I wouldn't make them think any less of their mom. Like, kind of get what I'm saying? Like, I'd still give them their own opinion. Like, I'd let them have their own opinion.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I wouldn't push it in their head. That's what I'm saying.
Like, I know. Like, there are times I could, like, me personally, like, I could, depending on the circumstances, I could be petty as hell too. But at the end of the day, whether what our relationship is or not, that's still like, whether I like it or not, that either way, she's still family. That's still the mother.
She's still your kid's mother, yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna disrespect her and shit. I may not agree with what she did. I may not like what she did, this, that, the other. But at the end of the day, it's family. I'm not gonna talk down about nobody, whatever the fuck. If that's how you want to treat, like, if she wants to do that shit to me, all right, whatever. That's her choice. But I'm not gonna go down. I'm not gonna do that.
You're so nice, Eli. I should probably be saying no. I probably wouldn't. Honestly, I probably wouldn't.
Anyway, so I don't know what shit she would talk.
I probably wouldn't do it now.
You just never know. Like, sometimes, like, someone gets in a certain scenario, whether it's their fault or not, and like all of a sudden they wanna run their mouth.
So what were you saying? Brandon? You said you probably wouldn't do what?
Okay. If I'm like, I would hope by the time I turn into like a reasonable adult, like an adult with like kids, that I should probably like
in your 30s.
So here's like how I know that like being petty, literally like as like a dad can literally like fuck your life up, right? Like, so my dad, my biological father, right? What he ended up doing, from the story that he told me, is that he was like super petty, that like my mom left him, that like he literally, as a way to be petty, like cut off communication with like all of us, as like a way to get back at her somehow, right? Like, this is like his logic.
And that only hurt
like our relationship between me and him, right? Like, a lot of the reasons why he didn't come so many times he could, it's just because he didn't want to like come for my mom or whatever. This is like really stupid reasons. So like, I understand like how being petty can literally like fuck your life up as a dad.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that shit to my kids.
And I probably wouldn't. Like, I probably like, if I had a kid,
the thing is like how it's gonna affect their life, you know.
If I had a kid, I'd probably look at my life and be like, okay, this is literally like one, like, this is like a cycle. It's like, all right, so the same thing had happened with him and his dad, and like me, the same thing happened between me and him. So like, if I were to just do that, it'd just be like a endless cycle.
You got to break that cycle.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't be your father and your father's father.
Yeah.